following is an important message from the AMA. Attention! If you or someone you love has viewed the box score and are experiencing side effects, you need to dial the number on your screen right now. You may be entitled to absolutely zero compensation. Viewers of the box score have experienced sadness, boredom, and extreme sleepiness. Side effects may also include the constant shouting of mock headlines.
End it like Beckham? Donovan won't go out like this.
Making fun of people with broken glasses. Claiming that Swedish hockey players are actually IKEA furniture pieces. Taking shots of rum while alone at work. Getting abandoned by your only friends when you speak. Believing in ghosts. And an irrational love for Tim Kawakami. Some serious cases have included rapid weight loss, thyroid eye syndrome, and even death. If you are suffering from any of these side effects, especially death, please contact the box score for your zero compensation settlement. Please report all side effects after viewing the box score, which starts right now.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple: C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Power College for box score.
Hello and welcome to the box score. I'm Brock in Los Angeles, joined by the Danette in Milford. Guys, during these slow days in sports, we need a hero to step up, to show us the way, and he did, all while chilling in his father's arms. Tuesday night, Keith Hartley reached out and barehanded a foul ball to take it away from Adrian Gonzalez, all while feeding his baby son. Could be formula, could be breast milk, not important right now. But Paulie, how would you have reacted in his shoes?
Well, I may have reacted the same way, holding the baby and reaching out for the ball, but there's no way I would have caught it. Knowing me, I could have had a catcher's mitt. I probably wouldn't have caught the thing. That being said, I think I would have tried to spot the ball and either covered the kid or put a hand up feebly to go for it.
Well, that's one way to do it. Hartley, of course, called in today and defended his big grab.
My two choices going through my head is I stand up and catch this ball, or I sit down and huddle in a puddle of cowardice and try and, keep everyone safe. And, with the brick wall there and the tarp, the ball could have went every which way. If it hits my hand, I make the catch, everyone's safe. So that's the route I chose.
Yeah, split-second decision. What are you going to do? It's not like you really plan it out when you're there. Like, hey, just in case I end up feeding my kid and then a foul ball gets hit over this way, what am I going to do? You just sort of react to it. And it's kind of one of those things that, like, either way, I don't really care, but you're on the air and, like, you have to have an opinion on it, It's like, although I saw it, I was like, oh, hey, nice grab. Maybe you shouldn't have done that. Move on.
I thought you
And then somehow then you end up spending, like, hours on it, and you're like,
I thought you were with me,
care.
though. Didn't you have an issue with interfering with the play? Like, generally, I don't
Yeah, you
like...
shouldn't interfere with the
when
play,
a guy's
but-
glove is right here, but after listening to him, I changed my mind, because I'm like, well, maybe he was protecting his...
But I thought you're supposed to interfere when the opposition is playing into your area. You're supposed to make it hard for him, because he didn't, dive onto the field.
Except that it backfired, though, because then it was an out based on that. I mean, Gonzalez might have missed that play. He might have missed the ball.
It's weird because he didn't reach too far onto the field. They were kind of like meeting together there. I'm surprised.
Isn't there an extra sensitivity in Wrigley with Bartman and all that stuff? I mean, you don't mess with the
He
play.
said he just became a Cubs fan recently because he moved close to the stadium.
Yeah, former White Sox fan.
plant.
I thought that stood out to me.
That being said, Puddle of Cowardice, you saw them in concert, didn't you, a couple times?
Oh, yeah, that's they had a few big singles
they're good.
there. Sort of that end of alt-rock era, Puddle of Cowardice.
P-O-U-C.
They're a dangerously good band. Well, one Danette grabbed a doll and showed us just how dangerous the situation really was.
So the big debate is baby safety. Now, if I spin this basketball and bounce off the wall, will it hit where my glasses should be? Will it hit the baby in the head? Let us see. This might hurt. There you go. Baby unharmed.
Cabbage Patch
He's fine.
safe.
Oh, it's disgusting.
He's fine.
Seems like he's intact.
Baby's fine.
Yeah?
What the heck?
Yeah. Thank you for everybody out there who sent stills of the ball crashing into my head and my face going, that helped.
You got to know when you walk in the room and spin the ball that that's what people want. It's like it's like Chevy Chase when he used to do the Gerald Ford
it's my Gerald
imitation. You know, at every Gerald when he was on SNL, you know he's going to slip and fall as Gerald Ford. You're like the Charo. That's your go-to.
But I got to be honest, like the physics of it, I was looking at it again. Unless you're really good at spinning the ball, it's going to bounce off that and hit you in the head.
Especially,
I really like. I don't especially try, and it keeps happening exactly the same.
Do you think
way.
like you could get so famous that people would rent you off at parties and say, "Hey, Andrew, do the ball," you know, like makes a side gig?
Yeah, but then am I going to become like am I going to become like a flash in the pan? You know, the guy who's like 15 minutes, like say the line.
That's what I find so interesting about that is that you hate the ball in the face glasses bit. It's like your least favorite thing that we do on the show, got in there and you were like, is it like the kind of thing like I can make that joke, but you can't make that joke?
It's gotta be like on your terms when you probably feel like doing it.
I don't hate the ball in the glasses joke. I don't love the what is it called? The hand of God, the flinch ball of God, when it is guided magically by Dan.
So you're okay with the glasses thing?
Yeah, I'm okay. The glasses thing doesn't bother me. Like I actually when Awful Announcing put it as like number 3 of the events of the year for 2012.
Right.
I was pretty proud of that. I sent it around. Yeah, I'm okay with the glasses thing. I didn't love that Dan singled me out as having the most butt crack on there. I mean, I had the most butt crack, but to be fair, we all show butt crack on there. There are other things that bother me a lot more than the glasses.
Let's go over those.
Yeah, the fact that so I showed one horrendous butt crack episode in the New York.
Come on now.
Like, I don't like showing that.
You're grossly understating what you've shown in the waist region.
A lot of
There's
midriff.
a passing of gas push-ups.
Yeah. Well, Fritzy, what'd you bring up?
That was my shoe.
Was your shoe?
Yeah.
The push-up fart.
We thought that might have been a push-up fart.
I swear to God.
I believe
it.
Well, McLovin, we would probably make sure that your daughters never saw that because you're a hell of a father. Hartley, Father of the Year. Another Father of the Year candidate, of course, is P. Diddy, and he was making some headlines after being arrested, getting into a scuffle with his son's college football coach. Now, he also attacked this UCLA guy with a kettlebell. Now, Fritzy, have you ever had strong disagreements with one of your son's coaches?
Kettlebell?
I didn't appreciate how he was talking to some of the kids. No one ever got in my son's face, thankfully, on his baseball or basketball teams. But there was this one, overweight first baseman, and the coach has a son named Major, and supposedly he has some kind of military background. And I guess he was using a little bit too much of his military background on these kids. And I guess the kid missed a ground ball, it went through his legs, and I overheard watching one of the practices. He said, "Hey, Georgie, stop dreaming about pancakes. Put your glove down." And I think that's for 10, 11-year-old kids, it's really not necessary. There's got to be a way to get one of your kids that you're coaching to understand you got to get your glove all the way down to keep the ball from going through your legs, and to make some kind of weight joke. If I was the kid's father, I would have been pretty pissed off about that. I'm not saying it would come to blows, but just gotta. There's ways to get your message across, especially to little kids, and not berate them or make them upset or self-conscious about their weight or whatever other issue they may have.
Well, Seton, today has been a tale of two parents. One parent got involved a little bit too deeply, and of course, one guy who probably needs to put his child in body armor. Whose reputation would you want today?
Out of who?
Diddy
between Hartley and Diddy.
Or, I guess Diddy
comes with a lot of cash.
I think maybe Diddy, because he was at least defending his kid. I don't know. It's weird how one of them skews so negatively and one of them is so positive, and yet at the same time, I sort of look at them reversed.
I'm very curious about the self-defense thing that P. Diddy's talking about.
I don't know.
See what that's all about.
Self-defense thing seems kind of lame. Who knows what happened there? I mean, whatever. There's probably a million examples of that. Geez, I don't know. I think they're both kind of lame, actually.
An embarrassing
kind of
kid like that by getting into a fight with your coach,
Yeah, I don't want to be that guy.
But now the kids are already dealing with some pseudo abuse of
I guess I would rather be the
When you say kid, you're talking about a 21-year-old man.
Yeah, and your dad has to come.
He's not a kid.
Yeah, well, he's still your child.
He's a kid. He's someone's kid.
He's still your child, so I get that. And I don't know that ever really goes away. But then again, there is a certain amount of badassedness to just being like, yeah, bang, got it, show it to the player.
Scoreboard.
Nailed it. Later. I'll take that.
I'm going to agree with you. Yeah, grab the foul ball, protect your child, and not beat up the UCLA football coach. Or get beat up by him. Maybe he was saved by the security guards. All right, coming up, let's make a deal. You want a great deal? There's only one way to go. That's with the Ram 1500 Eco Diesel. You can tow a boat, haul a trailer, climb a hill, do all that stuff. And box score scientists have proved and confirmed that women love dudes with trucks. Want more facts? Get them at ramtrucks.com. Guts, glory, Ram. we're back here on the box score. Guys, the rumor mill is churning and Peyton is back in the mill. Rumors are out there that the Broncos tried to trade Peyton to the Texans in the offseason. Now, McLovin, if this trade goes down, does this make us care less about Deflategate?
Wow. So you're saying, correct me if I'm wrong, you're implying that somebody created this rumor to deflect us from Deflategate. It's funny because Mike Florio runs Pro Football Talk, was going back and forth between the two stories last night. He's like, well, I'm going to go from one aging quarterback to another.
Okay, here's a topic, McLovin. Yeah. If you were hosting, you were producing, and Peyton got traded to the Texans last night and Brady got let off, which would be first, which would be second story?
Whoa.
It's not even close.
My head's going to explode.
Let me answer before you say what's not even close.
I guess Brady goes from 4 to 0, but it's so tough because Peyton Manning to the Texans. Trades, I mean...
What would be the lead? Who thinks Peyton Manning's the lead?
I think Peyton Manning's the lead. And it has nothing to do with being a Bronco fan. Because I can picture Dan saying,
I think
we'll get to Brady getting his suspended, getting his... but let's talk about Peyton Manning.
How much time have we spent talking about Peyton Manning even through the last football season?
Man, I don't...
It's like, dude can't throw the ball 10 yards anymore.
Dude, remember the summer of Peyton Manning's free agency? That was huge.
Yeah. Because we're waiting for a verdict, and even though that's a big deal, like the verdict, we're all kind of waiting. We know that's going to happen. Something that comes out of left field, like a superstar quarterback.
We've been talking for, what is it, 6-7 months now? On Brady and Deflategate?
But I think there's something new about the Peyton Manning thing.
It's actually a very good.
I like it. It's a good topic. Good discussion.
I think Peyton trades are like sports radio gold. At the end of the day, they still are. They're still the top of Mount Rise trade rumor. There's a great day.
But I see both sides. But Peyton Manning only affects the Houston Texans and the Broncos. If Brady got let go, it affects the entire power structure and disciplinary structure of the NFL and Goodell. And did the NFL waste our time? And there's more angles to it than just, hey, the Texans now may win 12. I would still lead with, I think we would lead with Manning, and we do a lot more on Brady and the commissioner.
Which one would make the average person say what if they heard both news simultaneously?
How's it go?
Which
make him say what?
What? If you told the average fan Peyton Manning just got traded to the Texans or Brady's they got rid of his suspension, wouldn't you? The average fan be like,
you really think the average fan would be like, what? You got traded?
I think the average fan would be a lot more shocked and be more interested in the Manning getting traded than.
Let me ask you this: you're in your car.
I would actually be more shocked for Brady to get completely let off this morning because I could see the rationale of trading Manning. He's on his way down, and you get a little something for him. I would be very, very surprised. But the idea of Brady getting off,
that's shocking.
Is a zero. I think it's a 0% chance. Almost. Almost zero.
I disagree with you guys completely on it. Peyton Manning being traded today would have been like a shock. Whereas Brady
getting let off is not a shock.
Because part of it,
everybody's
waiting for a verdict.
A shock like totally.
Well, on standby for the verdict, even if it's
back to you, Brock.
You're saying you guys don't think Brady has a chance to get the appeal down to 0?
No,
not really.
Not much.
And
that much.
If he does, I would be shocked.
Really? Okay.
And happy.
Well, that Peyton Manning rumor might make a lot of fans go, what? So Dan had his old friend Rich Eisen on to see if there's any truth behind the rumor.
The fact that the Texans had no comment, there's a difference between saying never happened. Broncos are like, that's absolutely untrue. And Tom Condon's like, this is the first I'm hearing of this. And yet, with the new contract extension, a no-trade clause was put in there. The fact that you're now seeing people extrapolate it out as to say the Broncos wish Peyton wasn't there to the point where if he falters in the season, they might bench him. That's ludicrous talk. That's crazy talk.
I don't know how far along talks or negotiations went or possibly would have gone, but I can totally believe that. That on some level, I'm not familiar with this local broadcaster in Denver. I don't know what his background is. I don't think he would. Hopefully, he wouldn't just throw it out there to try to make a name for himself, especially if it's somehow proven. I don't know how you prove it that it was made up just to get into the newspapers or on blogs or something like that. But I could totally see Denver and Elway, trying to get a little feel for the situation, especially if they were concerned about how much money Manning wanted.
If Manning left and they tank next season, win 4-12, do you jump off their bandwagon like You jumped off the Astros bandwagon for
No.
20 years?
I jumped off the Astros bandwagon because all my favorite players were gone and they got rid of the rainbow stripe uniforms.
But would you not wear a Broncos uniform?
I would stay with Denver. The fact that I stayed with them after Elway left, because I really got into Denver when Elway decided to blow off the Yankees and the Colts to play for the Broncos. But no, I would stick with them. I wouldn't be loving the Brock Osweiler era starting any sooner than it needs to, with feeling like Peyton still may have a chance to get them to the promised land and win one with someone other than Elway as the quarterback as far as the Super Bowl. But I'd stick by him. But I do believe that there was mild conversations between the Broncos and Texans.
Mild.
Very mild. Well, another sport with some major trade rumors flying around is the NBA, and Chris Mannix joined the show today, Draft Day Eve, to break down a big trade speculation.
Number one has to involve the Lakers acquiring DeMarcus Cousins. You know, you'd have to have lived on Mars to not, be familiar with this story by now. And it took another twist yesterday with that interview George Karl gave, where he was given several opportunities to deny the reports that he had been shopping DeMarcus Cousins, to throw his full-throated support behind DeMarcus. He didn't do it. But for the Lakers, I think it would at least take the number 2 overall pick and Julius Randle to extract DeMarcus Cousins from Sacramento.
I loved it.
One of my mentors in the business is former New Jersey Nets interim head coach Don Casey. He told me never look at stats on a losing team because they're pointless. Somebody's got to get the rebounds and somebody's got to shoot the ball. So I do not care that DeMarcus was 24-13 on a 2019 win. It's meaningless to me. You have to project what he'll be with good guys around him. So that's I think he's a great player.
How do you do that?
You basically scout his skills, I guess. And also I think Cousins' problem is sounds like he's got a little Carmelo Anthony, who got in the fight with George Karl famously. But
maybe it's George Karl.
Well, yeah, but then hasn't Carmelo's a Nick sort of confirmed everything George Karl said about him?
Yeah.
That he's always going to look for his shot at the detriment of the team?
More importantly, what did you guys think of the picture of Mannix? Do you think Mannix would be happy with the picture is up on the screen?
I think it's par for the course.
Standard Mannix?
No, I think standard are the pictures we use for people. They're usually pretty terrible.
Do you think it's on purpose? Is it on purpose to make them look bad, or laziness overall with the graphic staff?
I've always thought it was on purpose to make us look bad. I don't think it's on purpose for our guests to look bad. But usually when it's like, hey, we need a picture of you, and it's the one where you're like...
I think that's like a B- for Mannix. I don't think he'd be upset.
Why did they use that? You couldn't find a better picture than...
Nice face.
All right, the graphics guys are just horrible people. All right, coming up, where are they now? We found them. We're back here on the Box Score. Guys, you are on TV and radio every day. You've been on the big screen. Bob Costas is practically your best friend, which means you guys are practically D-listers. So, being on that list, someday you will be on another list. Where are they now? It got us thinking about some former athletes, and where the hell are they now? Well, let's find out. It's going to be multiple choice, and it's row versus row. Front row, you're going to start us off. Darryl Strawberry. Darryl Strawberry. I will give you some choices here. Radio commentator, pastor, or children's book author.
Did we get one choice? I actually ran into Darryl Strawberry 4 weeks ago, and I'm going to go B, pastor.
Yes, he is a pastor. He is a pastor.
Nice.
Back row is on the clock. Sean Avery. Sean Avery, a lecturer on financial planning for athletes, video game investor, or swimsuit designer.
Wow.
Designer.
Good question.
But he definitely worked for Tina Brown famously.
Who is?
What's Vanity Fair?
That sounds like Sheila.
But he could do all those things. Let's go swimsuit.
I don't know what his financial
But I don't remember him being a
background
swimsuit. I thought he did male clothes, but let's just
It
guess.
sounds like it's in that genre, though.
Yeah, it is the right genre.
Let's
It
go
is
for it.
swimsuit designer. You are correct, gentlemen.
It's on ad for that a couple weeks ago.
Well thought out.
Front row up next. Oh, John Rocker. Is he a bounty hunter, a political blogger and columnist, or a video game investor?
How about D, asshole? Oh, wait, we should cut that. I'm going to say he is B, political blogger and columnist.
Yeah, B.
That fits in with your train of thought. Yes, he is a political blogger and columnist. And finally, the back row. Jose Canseco. Is he playing for the Chunichi Dragons in Japan, playing for the Independent League Pittsburgh Diamonds, or C, judging his own lookalike contest in Las Vegas this weekend?
Fingerless has been.
C is the fun one.
Let's go.
Is he not playing anymore? Maybe he did play for.
Let's try. Let's see. Let's try Vegas, but they wouldn't make that up. That's too good.
Hey, you know what else is in Vegas next weekend?
What's that? The AVN.
BKB3.
Oh, we're gonna go C with the lookalike contest.
Yeah, that's a great guess, but he's actually playing for the Independent League Pittsburgh Diamonds, so incorrect.
Really?
Oh.
And with that,
Is that
gentlemen,
spelled with an H? Pittsburgh?
the winning row is the front row. So congratulations.
Come on, graphics.
And congratulations to you if you stumble
Interesting
upon
spelling
a
of
Jose Canseco lookalike contest this weekend at BKB3, right? Provided by DirecTV. All right, this is the box score, and we are taking a break to remind you that the Ram Heavy Duty with its best-in-class towing, torque, and horsepower doesn't need one, and may even make an appearance in Vegas. I'm not sure. Out there in the ring, getting it on. Get more facts at ramtrucks.com. Guts, glory, Ram. We are back here in the box score, closing up shop at the saloon. Guys, Tom Brady's appeal ended yesterday just after 11 hours. Now, Paulie, are you surprised?
His appeal never ends.
Yeah. Are you surprised that the nothing has leaked yet?
So much so that I actually said to the guys when we were leaving yesterday, hey, let's keep an eye out for someone to come on talk about Brady tomorrow, because something from this hearing will get out before we're on tomorrow. And it hasn't, which is really impressive. I think that they kept the room pretty tight, probably 10, 12 people, and they probably told them, hey, if this gets leaked out, what's being talked about in here, I'm going to look into every single one of you in this room and find out who you talk to, check your phones, because a lot of those people are probably NFL employees with NFL phones.
Oh, my goodness. Seton, if the NFL admits they screwed up, what restitutions will you be seeking as mayor of Tommyville?
Oh, none. I just get to take a victory lap for pretty much the rest of my career. I'm good. I need no reparations other than that smug smile I'll be wearing for the rest of my life.
McLovin, Roger Goodell has had a lot of scandal in the NFL over the last couple years. How has Goodell's legacy changed since, say, 3 or 4 years ago?
I think people go like the wind on Roger Goodell. They just decide randomly if they're going to get mad at him for not punishing hard enough or not punishing lightly enough. And 99% of the fans don't care as much as the media. So I think he's going to go. I think honestly, he's just sort of like. First of all, he's what's the word? With Jack Ruby shoot
puppet patsy.
He's a patsy for the owners. There's an evil owner who's controlling all of this. I haven't figured out who it is. It's either one of the Giants.
I thought it was Robert Kraft.
Yeah, I thought it was Kraft.
Yeah,
it might
so
be,
much for that.
But it turns out it's Mara with the Giants or the Rooneys.
He's a pretty controversial commissioner, though, isn't he? Or is that sort of overplayed? He's controversial.
But here's the thing: they rip him for being too light, and then they rip him for being too heavy. So which is it? But the guy gets paid 40. The thing that shocked me, I keep thinking, you guys brought it up. I don't know.
But it's like the media rips people for being too honest and being not honest enough. Yeah. So it's really more of a media problem.
Yeah, honestly, like I have a friend who works. He says like this is a media thing. Media cares about NFL league office. Like people just want to watch football. They'll get into the juicy stuff. Yeah. But they don't not really care as much as Roger Goodell as everybody else.
Care, but if it didn't get some ratings, if talking about some things, I guess you're so desperate for NFL, you want any topic.
But you said this actually. Having Brady in there changes everything. You need the superstar player. If you don't have that,
there's no story.
Nothing. You have nothing. You got to have the superstar player.
It wouldn't even be.
If this were Ryan Fitzpatrick,
if it's the Falcons piping noise, the Browns texting thing, nobody cared.
No. I wonder if the league would have spent $5 million on a investigation into Ryan Fitzpatrick.
No, probably not. You're right.
No, nothing comes of it.
You're right. Star power, baby.
All right, star power. What star power do you have tomorrow, Fritzy?
Jay Billis, ESPN college basketball analyst, will get us
No,
ready.
he said star
for the
power.
Star power.
Wow.
Come on, Jay Billis. Shot at Jay's a good guy.
It was a joke, Andrew.
Will get us ready for the
Impressive,
NBA
yeah.
draft, and that's what's cooking so far for the Thursday edition.
Well, that's plenty. All right, thank you, gentlemen. We are back tomorrow on Audience Channel 239, same time, same channel. Oh, and the podcast is available on iTunes or at podcast1.com. Cheers.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you because I probably am.
Hey, thanks for watching the box score. Holy cow!